graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, good evening, everyone. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on those notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games. Phillies did win last night. That was really nice to see. And they got themselves a very good win. They were strong with McAble out there. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Let me actually turn on my light really quickly. I forgot to do that. It's only been a day since I set up for this. But yeah. I'm going to address something real quickly, though, okay? I was not here yesterday. I had a wedding to go to. Okay, I had somebody fill in for me. I expect that when somebody fills in for me that you guys better be on your best behavior. And that was not the case yesterday early on, and I'm really disappointed. I'm very disappointed in chat. I'm very disappointed in a couple of my mods. I know that it's like it was a hard situation to handle. I understand that. But I expect you guys to use your own judgment on things, and I'm just disappointed that we had that happen when I was not here, and not everybody was on their best behavior. I understand, too, that as we get bigger and bigger on here, I have to take the responsibility to try to get the best mods that I can, and I need to come up with a system, and I have to communicate better. And so if you are a mod, you have got to email me. You've got to email me your Discord username. If you don't have a Discord, tell me. Tell me, because I need you guys to get Discord. Okay? I'm not putting up with any of this stuff anymore. Whether I'm out, whether I'm not streaming the game and I have somebody else fill in for me, I need you guys to communicate. I need you guys to I need us to get a chat going together where we're just communicating and we're doing that type of stuff, and we don't have to handle everything on stream, because that's not good. That's not good. We need to have a separate chat for that, and Discord allows us to do that. So please email me your Discord username, and we are gonna get that thing started, because what happened last night, I don't want that to happen again. It's a shame that we just had that happen, and I wasn't even on here. And that happened to somebody who is filling in for me because I trust him and because he's really, really good at what he does. And he doesn't have to deal with that type of stuff. So I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed in how things were handled during the very beginning, before the game started of last night's stream. I don't have the logs of what ended up going down, but I was told about it from some people. And you know, on a night where I want to go out and I want to have fun, I expect you guys to be on your best behavior. That's just it. That's just it. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I wanted to address that now. If people are on here, if you guys see mods that are on here, that are just seeing this, okay, I'm really gonna try not to repeat myself. I need them to email me their Discord username. I need them to email it to me. I don't want them to post it on here. I want to email it to me. I do. Okay? I'm being serious. I'm disappointed in how things were handled last night. I also did come on here, and I had a good time overall, but I just, you guys kind of annoyed me. Not kind of, you did annoy me. But yeah, anyhow. So that's all I got to say about that. Please let them email me. Let them email me their usernames if there are people that have a wrench. Okay, that's how you know that they're a mod. If you see them in chat, even if you're just a chatter, you need to let them know that they have to email me. They have to. I have to make sure that I get their usernames because that's how we're going to communicate. We're going to do it on Discord, and we're going to have a chat so that way we can deal with these things behind closed doors and not make it public. All right? So that's all I got for that. And now we got to get into the game here because the Braves are taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. They're playing at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The Phillies looked very sharp yesterday on both sides of the diamond. Okay, the Astros were the Astros played very well against the Phillies, even though they had opportunities against them. But what happened in Houston is over with, and now it's about how do you respond in Atlanta. And they responded very well last night. JT had a nice at-bat to get the offense started in that first inning. Well, he didn't get it started, but Trey Turner scored, and Kepler, he had an RBI walk, is what I'm trying to say. And then Turner did it a home run. Turner actually had 2 homers. Turner homered twice. Casty also homered. Otto Kemp hit his first home run. Everything was cruising. And then, of course, Kyle Schwarber also homered too. So now the question is, how do you respond and how do you win the series tonight? Because let's be real, I want to sweep. I want to sweep in Atlanta. I know that it's not easy, but I really want to sweep because you just got swept by the Astros. The only way to respond is if you sweep them. That's how you provide a counterpunch. Okay? So that's pretty much what I got. Mick Abel, honestly, I don't know what happened to Mick Abel. Somebody can let me know what ended up happening, but it looked like that the Phillies had to rely on their bullpen throughout the most of yesterday, and they actually did very, very well, the bullpen, from what I saw. But in regards to Mick Abel, I don't know what happened. Somebody should tell me in chat. Let me know, because I've had a very busy day, and I had a busy night last night, and I got some sleep. So we're going to get on into the live stream, and we're going to get things going right now. We have to wait and see where is the Phillies. They said that the Phillies was on Fox. Is the game actually on Fox, is the question. Yes, it is. Okay, let's update this. Let's get this up and going. Shout out to Mike. Thank you, Mike, for doing those 5 hours. That's crazy that you did that. You are wild. I remember messaging you and I told you, like, when I saw that the game didn't even start and it was like 9 o'clock, I was like, dude, you don't have to stay on for the whole thing. And he said, no, I got you. He said that he was going to actually wait out till, I think he said 9:30, and just got the game in. So that was really nice. And he did that for you. That's insane. That's wild. All right, where's the scoreboard for today's game? Why is it not up here? Why is it not up here? Oh, because I have it up now. That's why. Okay. So, yeah. Mods, you better email me. I better see emails by the end of tonight. Even if you have a Discord, okay, and even if you're on the Discord server, I need you to email me your usernames because I need to make sure that I have every single mod on there. So, it's sort of like a roll call type of a thing. And that's the end of that discussion. That's really the end of that discussion. PJ says Mike was awesome. Yeah, he did a great job. He was really engaged, and he's just so good at what he does. And I'm just disappointed that stuff happened, while he was streaming. If that was under my watch, that stuff would not have happened. But the fact that it happened under his watch, that sucks. Because even though it was before the game, it still put everybody in a bad mood. And I need my chat to be better. I need my mods to be better. I hold everybody accountable. Everybody. And you guys know who you are, too. I don't have to call out any names. So, yeah. But that's where I am. Did you get my email? I'm not checking my emails right now. But after the game, I most certainly will. Because I have a game to call. So I can't pull that up right now. But tell me your name and let me know what your Discord username is. This is for the mods, the people that just have wrenches. So, all right. The Phillies starting lineup, it'll be this. It'll be Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Alec Boehm, Nick Castellanos, Max Kepler, JT Realmuto, Bryson Stott, Otto Kemp, and Brandon Marsh. And again, if you are a mod, or if you're just, if you see somebody that comes on here just now and says hi, you need to tell them that they have to email me their username. All right? And that's the end of that. Spencer Schwellenbach's going to pitch for the Atlanta Braves. 103 innings of work. He had a 3.21 ERA. 17 walks allowed on the season so far. 13 homers allowed as well. This is a guy who has 6 pitches. A four-seamer, a slider, a splitter, a cutter, a curveball, and a sinker. And he mixes all of those pitches in really well. So Turner is up to bat out in Atlanta, and the first pitch is fouled back over towards the screen. Actually, I think it's got a little piece of Sean Murphy. Okay. There's the box score, and we are good to go. Pitch to Turner, and there's a high fly ball hit out over to deep left field, and Trey Turner up. Is that a replay of what happened? It's a replay. Sorry about that. They didn't even say that they were going to a replay. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is fouled away, so it's 0-2. Apologies. Didn't even say that they were going to a replay, so they faked us out. No balls, 2 strikes to Trey Turner, and the 0-2 is down for a ball. Thanks, Fox. Kyle Schwarber is in the on-deck circle. He's batting .247. It's 1-2 to Turner, and the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be grounded over to third base. It's picked up by Riley, and the throw to first in time. And so there's out number 1, 5-3 on the putout. We need 26 more subscribers for us to get to 6,200. In the outfield for the Atlanta Braves, they have Stuart Fairchild in left, Eli White in center, and Ronald Acuna playing out in right field. The infielders, it's Riley at third, Allen at short, Albies at second, and Olson at first. Catching, of course, is Sean Murphy. And on the mound, it's Spencer Schwellenbach. So 1 away in the top of the first. 4 pitches for Schwellenbach, and Turner grounds out to third. The pitch to Schwarber, it's taken down for a ball. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. So the count is 1-1. J.J. Abel warmed up and sat for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and some coach pulled him because they didn't want to see how his arm would react. That's really what happened. The 1-1, that's inside and low for ball 2. That's crazy. Huh. That's actually really, really wild. 2 balls, 1 strike to Schwarber. And the 2-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss on a splitter at 85 miles per hour. All right. Again, if you are a mod, I'm going to say this one more time. If you're a mod, I need you to email me, even if you're on my Discord server, I need you to email me your Discord username. 2-2 pitch. This one's lined out to center field. It's going to go over the head of Eli White, and Kyle Schwarber is going to get on with a one-out double, standing up as he cruises over to second base. Email me your Discord username, please, and thank you. If you are a mod. So that went over Eli White's head. And now Bohm is coming up to the plate. So Turner grounded out to third. Kyle Schwarber got on with a double. And up to bat now is Alec Bohm. Schwellenbach comes set and fires. And he throws a fastball right down Broadway. And Bohm takes it all the way for strike one. His average is at 280, Alec Bohm. He has 7 long balls, a 712 on-base plus slugging percentage. And the 0-1 pitch to Bohm is in there for strike 2. So that makes it a no-ball, 2-strike count. Bowman last night's game went 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. He also struck out. 0-2 on the way, and a called strike 3 at the knees on a beautiful slider. And Bohm does not agree with the call. It was the right call, and there's 2 away. Phillies did an incredible job last night with runners in scoring position. And again, the bullpen did exactly what it needed to do. They went 9 shutout innings. Pretty wild. Tanner Banks pitched 2 innings. Taijuan Walker pitched 2. And how about Alan Rangel? He went 5 innings and didn't allow a run. Here's Castellanos. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Schwarber still leads off at second. He got on with a double. 0-1 pitch. It's wide and high for a ball. So that Wilyer Abreu had a big 3-run homer to start Boston's 15-1 blowout. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. 1-1 pitch. That's going to bounce in the dirt for ball 2. And it almost got by Sean Murphy. Bryce Elder got the start in last night's game for the Braves. He gave up 9 earned runs in 2 innings and surrendered 8 hits. Ten runs total. 4 walks, 3 homers. Not good. 2-1 to Castellanos, swinging a miss on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Had a lot of afternoon games today that occurred at the 4 o'clock hour. Get you some final scores in just a little bit. Kenneth Charles Daniel, thank you so much for the sub. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away in the top of the first. The 2-2 pitch to Casty, swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Spencer Schwellenbach. And we're going to go to the bottom of the first. Acuna, Olson, and Ozuna are due up in the batting order for Atlanta. Once again, in case you are just tuning on in, I want to make sure that I repeat this. If you are a mod, if you are a moderator on here, if you have the wrench icon, I need you guys to email me ASAP and let me know what your Discord username is. Also tell me what your name is so that way I know who you are. And if you don't have a Discord server, I need you guys to get one. Email me and let me know that you don't have one. So that's fine too. I need you guys to email me. So, all right. Acuna is going to be leading it off for the Atlanta Braves. Then it'll be Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, Sean Murphy, Eli White, Stuart Fairchild, and then Nick Allen. Acuna's out in right. Olson's at first. Ozuna's DHing. Riley's at third. He's batting fourth. Fifth is Albies. He's playing over at second base. The catcher is Sean Murphy, and he'll be hitting fifth today. Or sixth, I should say. And then Eli White's out in center field, batting seventh. Stuart Fairchild hitting eighth out in left field. And batting ninth is Nick Allen. He's playing over at shortstop. And on the mound for the Phillies, it will be Zeus. Hey, Zeus Luzardo is going to take the hill out at Truist Park for Philadelphia. And, well, this year his ERA is a 4.08. Doesn't tell the full story, though. He pitched very well in his last outing against the Mets, which was on Sunday Night Baseball. He went 6 2/3, only surrendered 3 hits, and had 7 strikeouts, and ended up facing a total of 24 batters, and he got his 7th win of the season. The ERA in June has been very high, but in the month of May it was phenomenal, besides the last outing of May. But he's been really, really good overall this year. Ever since those 2 outings, the one which was the final day of May, and the other one which was his next outing after that, he's been very strong. He has. He's done a lot better. A four-seamer, a sweeper, a changeup, a slider, and a curve are the pitches that he throws. The pitch to Acuna, and it's fouled off. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting .366. And we all know that when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in all of baseball. 0-1, and he'll bloop this one out to right field for a base hit, and Acuna gets aboard to start off the bottom of the first. Just sort of got jammed and was able to put the ball in play. And 270 feet more for him to score. Matt Olson's up. The pitch to Olson. It's low and outside for ball 1. Acuna, who is over at first base in his career, has a total of 200 stolen bases. And he's only been caught 49 times. Pitch to Olson. This one's lined out to left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It takes about 2 bounces in front of the left fielder. And the throw over to second base is cut off, and Acuna goes over to third, and Olson gets on with a single. And so there's runners at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the first. It looked to be a hanging slider that was supposed to break a little bit more on the outside, but ended up going down the middle. Phillies defense, you got Turner over at short. You got Bryson Stott at second. Those are the middle infielders. The corner infielders are Kemp at first and Bohm at third. In left field, it's Max Kepler. The right fielder is Nick Castellanos, and the center fielder is Brandon Marsh for tonight's game. Here's Ozuna, and he pops a foul behind home plate. It's down in the count 0-1. Phillies had a double from Schwarber in the first inning. That was the only base runner that they had. And all of a sudden, in the bottom of the first, Acuna and Olson have gotten on with back-to-back singles. Nobody out. 0-1 pitch. That's low and inside for a ball. Done. Good. One pitch. That's fouled off the ankle of Ozuna, just off of his guard. Oh boy, Dr. Delay's here. What's up, Dr. Delay? I checked on in yesterday, but I didn't see you. How's it going? Everything's going good. I appreciate you for checking on it. What's going on, my friend? I don't think you're a mod. Let's make you a mod. Are you still on here, Dr. Delay? Is Dr. Delay still on here? 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul ball. And Luzardo can't believe it. He thought that he didn't get anything. Is Dr. Delay still on here? One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. And the pitch is just taken outside for ball 2. And mods, please set a reminder to tell all the other mods to email JJ and email him their Discord username. 2-2. That's down for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Riley waits in the on-deck circle. Nobody out. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's outside, according to Jeremy Rehack. Nope, they called it a strike 3. I beg your pardon. They called that a strike 3. Okay. And there's out number 1. Didn't really give much of a signal. So 1 away in the bottom of the first. The pitch. This one's grounded over towards the right side. Stott tries to stop it. He does. And Acuna will score. It's an RBI opposite field infield single by Austin Riley. Stott was shifted up the middle, and it was hit not hard, not soft, but it was just hit. It was hit well enough for it to just go towards the right side of the 4-3 hole, and it just sort of died. And Stott had to get on the outfield grass and just had to eat it up. So it's 1-0 Braves on an RBI infield single by Austin Riley. And now Albies is up, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. So that puts Olson over at second. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1. This one's grounded over to short. The throw to second. There's 1. The throw to first. There's 2. A double play. 6-4-3 on the ground out there. Top of the second, but the Braves do strike first on an RBI infield single by Austin Riley. And the Phillies will be back in just a few moments. Okay. Why are people's usernames showing up? That's really crazy. It's at Seriously Larry, at Sports Roundabout. I don't understand that. Is that like a new thing over on YouTube where they just show everybody their ats? I don't know. Maybe it's just me that's noticing. I don't know. I find that to be a little bit weird. You got Lou. I'm not used to that. All right. Again, if you are a moderator, I'm going to continue to say this. If you are a moderator, I need you to email me your Discord username. And if you don't have one, email that to me too. Please and thank you. The email is pinned at the top. It says jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. So, again, if you guys see another mod that comes on here that is just saying hi, please tell them to email me. I don't care if it's Ryzen Rhino. I don't care if it's RB. I don't care who it is. They have to email me. They have to. They have to email me their username on Discord. And if they don't have one, we'll address that. Oh, boy. Dr. Delay. I don't think Dr. Delay is here. Did he leave? I think he left. This is the only channel I've seen that uses my real name. That's really wild. Thank you very much. I don't know why that's the case. Last night it was like that, and today I checked another channel and it was normal. But tonight it's back again, only showing at here. It's weird. I'll have to figure that out. But obviously not during the game today. Because I gotta do this. Here comes Max Kepler. The pitch is outside for a ball. Kepler batting .213. It's 1-1 Top of the second, nobody up. And the 1-1 pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Is it just this channel? YouTube handle is now the primary identifier for live chat, making it easier for viewers to recognize you and for mods to manage the chat. Huh. Well, that's good to know. The pitch, swing and a miss. And there's 1 out here in the top of the second inning. That's good to know. Okay, so it's a new thing on YouTube. Good to know. Thanks for telling me. Here's JT. He's going to slap this one foul over towards the left side. Counts 0-1. 156 people tuning on in. And don't forget to tell everybody to like and subscribe to the channel. And give me a viewer count along with a like count as well. No balls, 1 strike to JT. Yeah, thanks, PJ. Appreciate you. PJ's one of the good ones. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Top of the second. And the pitch to JT. Line drive, and it's caught over at third. It was hit directly to Austin Riley, and there's 2 away. Just got it right above the ground. Over on his right side. Everyone reintroduced themselves so we can all see who's who. 2 away, top of the second. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Yeah. You're going to have to, I guess, change your usernames, huh? I might have to do that too. 1-0 pitch. It's inside and low for ball 2. And so the count is now 2-0. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm John Williams. 2-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a called strike. And so that makes the count now 2-1. We're in the top of the second, folks. It's 1-0 Braves. They got their run on an RBI infield single by Austin Riley. 2-1 pitch. It's in there for strike 2. You read it as the default. Maybe you can change that. No, I can't. PJ just said that that's like a YouTube thing. It just happened. It's a YouTube update. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So we're going to the bottom of the second. And we have a 1-0 deficit for Philadelphia. So Stott strikes out. And we'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right. Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. Got 136 people watching. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Sean Murphy's up. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 55 of you have hit the thumbs up button. Well, let's go. Let's get to 200 likes. The ball is 1 strike in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And again, if you're not a mod, don't answer the poll. It's just annoying. The ball's 2 strikes. 0-2. It's on the bounce in the dirt for a ball. So Luzardo pitching. He had 14 pitches in the first. 1-2 delivery to Murphy. That's outside for ball 2. Jeremy Rehack is the home plate umpire tonight. It's Willie Traynor over at first. Chris Conroy's at second. And Brendan Miller is at third base. 2-2 on the way. And they tried to see if he went around. He did not. That's Sean Murphy. He just held his swing. 5 pitches. And here comes the 6th one. And it's bounce foul. Luzardo, in his first inning, allowed 3 hits, including the big one, which was an RBI infield single by Austin Riley. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him on a 90-mile-per-hour high fastball. See a chair in the chat for Zeus. That's the 2nd one today. Okay. 1 away, bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 Braves. And White's up. And the pitch, swing and a miss. The ball is 1 strike. 0-1 delivery. It's low for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Eli White is in the batter's box. In 251, he has 3 homers on the season and 16 RBI. And he chops the 1-1 pitch foul towards the left side. Excuse me. Did not mean to hit that. That's sort of the one curse about the headsets. Is that when you move your arm, you sometimes just nonchalantly forget that you're wearing a headset. 1-2. It's upstairs. Eli in last night's game pinched hit, and he ended up getting a pinch hit. It was a single. 2-2. That's a pie for ball 3. He's from Greenville, South Carolina. He's 31 years old. Just had a birthday 2 nights ago. 3-2 pitch, and he walks. That pitch was down for ball 4. And Stuart Fairchild comes up to the plate. The Rays won 11-3. They beat the Baltimore Orioles. The Rangers also were able to win in extra innings. They got a walk-off hit. It was a 3-2 victory for them. And Marcus Semien is the one who was the hero, the walk-off hero. First pitch to Stuart Fairchild is taken down for a ball. The toss back to first, not in time. We'll go over final scores after the inning is done. 1 ball, no strikes. Luzardo with 28 pitches. Fairchild with a 205 average. 1-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike on the upper tier of the zone. 1 hit for the Phillies, 3 hits for the Braves. 4 base runners, though, for Atlanta. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. It's inside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. That's inside for ball 3. Three-one pitch. This one is flat out over towards deep right field. Castellanos looks up, and it is going to hit off the top of the wall. White is going to go at least on over to third base, and he will stay put there. It's an opposite field double for Stuart Fairchild, with one away in the bottom of the second. Wow. I don't know if Casty read that properly, but it was a tough play. Caleb Cotham is going to go out there to have a conversation with Luzardo and his catcher as well. While we're in this little break, we'll go over some final scores right now. The Rays won 11-3 against the Orioles. We mentioned that. They put up 14 hits, Tampa Bay. The Rangers, they won 3-2 and were able to beat the Seattle Mariners. The Cardinals, they put up a show today out at Progressive Field, and they won 9-6 against the Guardians. The Red Sox were victorious. They put up 15 runs and outscored the Blue Jays 15-1. The Milwaukee Brewers also had a shutout, 5-0, a one-hitter for Milwaukee. 5-0 was the final score. Colorado lost. The first pitch to Nick Allen as he's up at the plate. Takes it for strike one. Quinn Priester went 7 innings. He had 1 hit allowed, 11 strikeouts. He's been phenomenal. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now. The Mets are on right now. They're down 3-2 to the Pirates. They're in the bottom of the 7th. Playing out at PNC Park. 1-1 pitch is a changeup. Counts 2-1. The Braves this year just hitting .247 with runners in scoring position. And when you look at the rest of the league, that's just 17th best in baseball. They're in the middle of the pack. 2-1 delivery. It's inside by Zeus for ball 3. The A's shut out the Yankees 7-0. Only give up 3 hits. The Tigers won 10-5 against the Twins. Royals did beat the Dodgers 9-5. The Reds lost 6-4 to the Padres. Pitch on the way, and that's fouled back. And the White Sox had a 1-0 shutout against the Giants. Giants only had 4 hits. And the Diamondbacks lost 8-7 in extra innings. Ended up losing in the 10th. Diamondbacks in the game at a 7-3 lead. The pitch. This one's lined out to left field for a base hit. White's going to score. Fairchild on his high horse. The throw to the plate in time. And so it is an RBI single. But Fairchild was out at the plate. Nice throw by the Phillies. And it's 2-0 Atlanta. Let's look at the replay here. Pitch was supposed to go down and in. And Kepler had a very good throw over to home plate. It took a couple of bounces. It was right on the money. And JT was just able to catch it off the 2 bounces and got him out. So now it's Acuna who comes on up, and he takes high and out for ball 1. Nice play by Kepler. It's just an RBI single. Two nothing Braves, 1-0 pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. To Ronald Acuna Jr., the 2-0 pitch. It's a sweeper that's going to be taken for strike 1. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons, folks. What's up, Asia? 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 is up high for ball 3. Phillies, when you take a look at the standings, well, in the National League, the Phillies are half a game above the Mets. They're also 10.5 above the Atlanta Braves. The next pitch on the way, that's going to put 2 base runners on. It's another walk allowed by Zeus. JJ, I thought you were busy somewhere else. Yeah, I ended up going to a wedding last night. That's what happened. So I had the night off, and somebody filled in for me, and that was my friend Mike. The pitch, fouled off. I would just appreciate it if when you asked, who's filling in for me, just I would just appreciate it if it was a little bit nicer. The pitch. This one's going to be grounded towards the right side. Stott makes a dive and stop, throws it over to first. It's in time for out number 3. And so we're going to the top of the third. It's 2-0 Braves. Nice defense by the Phillies. I just don't like it. Like when people say, like, who's the black guy that's up there? Like, that's not cool. You don't say that. You just say who's this? Who's this? Who's filling on in for JJ? You don't have to say who's the black guy. That's not cool. You don't say, like, if I'm filling on in for RB, you don't say who's the white guy. Just be respectful, guys. That's all that I ask. That's it. All right. What is going on? Good mods. I will say it again. If you guys are just tuning on in, I need you guys to email me, and I need you to email me your Discord username. And if you don't have one, email that to me too, and we'll figure something out. Just email it to me, jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. Tell me who you are, what your Discord username is, and that's all that I ask. I'm gonna have to repeat this a lot tonight because I know that other people aren't gonna post it, and it's gonna get lost in the sauce. I need us to have a very good community, and I have got to emphasize this. So I apologize if it sounds like I'm repeating myself a lot. I got to do it. I have to do it. We're at that point now where we got to be more serious. We do. So just email me your Discord username. And so we are going to the top of the third. Phillies are down 2-0. And they will have Brandon Marsh lead things off, I believe, as we go into the third inning. Otto Kemp will actually lead it off. And then it'll be Brandon Marsh. So it's 8, 9, and 1 due up in the batting order. That's it. The pitch. It's fouled off. Mike definitely brought the energy. Yeah, he did. When I tuned on in, I definitely saw that. He's a good guy. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch is outside and low for a ball. When you're typing on in, you're going to have to say your names again, because now it goes by your username. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And it's taken for a strike. JJ, I subscribe to his channel. Good. Good. Yeah, just like the next time, like, you know, don't say, like, who's the black guy? You know, like, just be cool. Just ask, you know, just say, who is that? You know, like, who's filling on in for JJ? That's all that I wanted to say. That's it. One out, top of the third. And the pitch to Marsh. It's fouled off. No balls, one strike. Top of the third, one out. 0-1 pitch. It's inside for a ball. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the third. 2-0 Braves. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a cutter that was on the outside corner. The pitch. They try to see if he went around. Did he go? No. Another sub. Thank you. We have 186 people watching. Let's get those likes up, folks. Hit that thumbs up button. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. And the 2-2 pitch. There's a bouncing ball. It's hit over to third base. Riley has it. Throws it on the run over to first. And Marsh is out by about half a step. So 2 gone. I like the guy who spotted you, JJ. Whoever the one mod who has something to be desired. Yeah. That's why we're taking emails right now. If you did not email me and you're a mod, I need you to do that. And I'm being serious about this. I'm really disappointed. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the third. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. So the count is 0-2. 39 pitches for Spencer Schwellenbach. It's no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch is down for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch to Turner, swing and a miss. And we are going to the bottom of the third inning. All right, 2-0 Braves. Phillies will be right back. All right, mods, when I call out your name, give me a yes or give me a no if you emailed me. We're going to do a roll call here. Scott. Scott, did you email me? Larry, did you email me? Ryan. Who else? Michael. Asia. Ryan. I think we said Ryan. Cool Jacks. So Scott emailed me. Larry emailed me. That's 2. Ryan did. Good. Very, very good. Who else? Cool JX. Have that. Asia said no. I need you to email me, Asia. I need you to email me your Discord username and send it to jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. It's pinned at the very, very top. Yep. Good. All right, good. Still haven't gotten a response yet from Michael. Ugh. Good. So we're going to the bottom of the third. Braves lead at 2-0. Need some water. That's a good message, Scott. Send that about every 2 or 3 minutes, or if you ever see a mod come on here, hardcore emailed you. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Very good. We're in the bottom of the third. Ozuna's going to lead it off. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball at 96. So the count is 0-1. Ozuna hitting just 246 this year. He has 11 homers and 40 RBI. He had a heck of a season last year. 0-1 is taken on the inside corner for strike 2. 47 pitches for Jesus Luzardo. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 to Ozuna. They try to see if he went around. He did not go. Hey, Stream Elements, did you email me? 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive base hit out to left field. That thing was smoked past the dive of Bohm. And Ozuna gets on with a leadoff single in the bottom of the third. Another base hit for the Braves. Senna. Shout out to Senna. Senna's a great streamer. Here's Austin Riley. And the pitch is taken at the knees for strike 1. Riley had an RBI single in the first. That was his 42nd knock-in this year. He takes the 0-1 outside for a ball. Braves manager, it's Brian Snitker. He's had a lot of success with the Atlanta Braves. Won a World Series with them back in 2021. 1 ball, 1 strike in the pitch. And a good slider thrown by Zeus. It swung on and missed. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Snitker's 69 years old. He's been in the Braves organization for a while. He was a backup, or he was a catcher and a first baseman in their minor league system from 1977 to 1980. The pitch, and it's now 2-2. He became their manager in 2016. He's been with them for 9 years. He's also a coach in 1985, then from 88 to 90. Then he was brought back from 2007 to 2013. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. There's 1 away in the bottom of the third as Austin Riley strikes out on an elevated fastball. And so 1 gone in the bottom of the third. Here comes Ozzie Albies, batting on the right side, and he takes strike 1 at the knees. The pitch, it's up high for a ball. Ozzie is now 28 years old. He's been with the Braves since 2017. The pitch, it's knocked down by Zeus, and he throws it over to second, and Marcell Ozuna is out. So that's a 1-4 fielder's choice. Albies is on at first. Albies is a 3-time All-Star, a 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner, and a 2-time All-MLB second-team player. Just had his 1,000th career hit not too long ago. Needs 10 more steals to get to 100. The pitch, it's down for a ball to Sean Murphy. Jesus Luzardo, 58 pitches and 2 2/3 of an inning so far. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the pitch. And the slider misses down. Phillies will wrap up the series tomorrow afternoon at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Ranger Suarez going up against Spencer Strider. The pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Two one, swing and a miss, and so the count is now 2-2. By the way, the Pirates are up 4-2, and they have bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. And why is that significant? Well, they're playing the Mets. 2-2 pitch, another sweeper that's low and inside. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's 3-2 to Sean Murphy. 2-0 Braves. They got 1 run in the first on an RBI infield single by Riley. The other one was on an RBI single by Nick Allen. 3-2 pitch. This one is skied out of play. Right behind home plate. Just emailed you. Thank you, Michael. Asia just emailed me too. Thank you, Asia. Appreciate you. What's up, David Jones? Toss bat to first. Not in time. Payoff pitch on the way. Another foul ball. And Murphy stays alive. Payoff pitch and a called strike 3 on the inside corner. And we are heading to the 4th inning. Phillies are getting shut out 2-0 so far, but they'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Oh, boy. All right. Thank you all so much for being on here. The pitch to Schwarber. Knocks this one over towards the first base side. Olson has it, flips it back over to Schwellenbach, and there's out number 1. So 1 away in the top of the 4th, and the Braves are up 2-0. What's going on, Peso? How are you, my friend? I'm happy to see you on here. Got 156 people watching. 1 out, top of the 4th. Alec Bohm is up. And the pitch is taken down. Yeah, we're not going to talk about what happened last night. What happened last night is what happened last night. All right? We're dealing with it. 1-0 pitch. It's inside and low for ball 2. I'm just happy that Frank is back. 2-0 pitch to Bohm. It's taken on the upper third of the zone for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike. Schwellenbach comes set and delivers, and Bohm knocks this one towards the right side. It is a foul ball, though. Alex 0 for 1. It's been 50 plate appearances since he last homered, and that was on June 15th against the Jays. 2-2 is the count. Schwellenbach in cruise control so far. And the pitch to Bohm, and it's fouled off again towards the right side. The Pirates now lead at 5-2 with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th against the Mets. Schwellenbach 6 strikeouts, 3 groundouts, and 1 flyout. The 2-2 pitch, and another strikeout at the knees for a called strike 3, and only gets his 7th punch out today. Kind of figured that it was going to be tough for the Phillies to hit off of this guy because he's been very good. Another really strong pitcher in baseball. This guy just has a very good mix of stuff, and he throws a lot of junk that just is deceiving to the eye. Here's a fastball, a cutter at 97 that swung on and missed by Nick Castellanos. He struck out his first time up. The ball is 1 strike. And the windup, the pitch, fouled off again. 25 more subscribers till we get to 6,200. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icon too. Nothing in 2 is the count. 2 away in the top of the 4th. PJ, is this a permanent thing that they're doing, or is it just temporary with the names? Do you know? 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And that's the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Spencer Schwellenbach. Good luck to the Phillies trying to get a hit off of this guy now, because he looks very strong out there. All right. Going to the bottom of the 4th. Let's I wanted to talk to you guys about something else too. I've been doing a little bit of thinking here, and I looked at the report about the it's not really a report, it's a rumor about the Phillies bringing in Aroldis Chapman. So, the Phillies obviously need a closer. That's one of the roles that they're going to have to address at the trade deadline if they're going to want to compete for a championship this year. They need a closer, and they need a center fielder or some type of an outfielder, preferably a center fielder. So, I wanted to ask you, because Aroldis Chapman has been a big name that's been coming up in the talks. And so, what package would you give up, is my question to you, for Aroldis Chapman? This guy is older, but he still is the best, one of the best closers in all of baseball. Put him up there with Josh Hader. You put him up there with even the big-time names. So what would you give up that's reasonable? Not something that's like, well, we're going to have to fleece them. No, give me a reasonable trade for Aroldis Chapman. A reasonable trade. And then we'll see if we approve. if the rest of the group approves that. Okay, so let's see. Anybody have any ideas of what a package for Aroldis Chapman from the Boston Red Sox could be? It's a tough question. It's more so of, like, okay, how does this benefit Boston? How does this benefit the Phillies? I want us to try to come up with some trade ideas. Do you put Otto Kemp in the deal? Do you put in... Who do you put in? The pitch, swing and a miss. Mark says Marsh and Sosa. That's who he would trade for Chapman. You think Boston's going to want more? Or do you think that they'll settle for that deal? The ball is one strike. The pitch. It's in there for strike two. This is Eli White that's up. The ball's two strikes. 0-2 pitch. They try to see if he went around. Did he go? He did. And there's one away in the bottom of the fourth. Asia says that they're going to want more for the first. We're going to assess every single one. Or as many as we can. The pitch, it's fouled off by Fairchild. Count is 0-1. One away in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Braves. And the 0-1 pitch is a changeup that swung on and missed. The count's 0-2. So no balls, two strikes. One out, bottom of the fourth. Fairchild 1 for 1 today. And the pitch. It's taken low for a ball. You know that the Braves are 19th in homers compared to all of Major League Baseball. And they are 22nd in RBI. One ball, two strikes, and the next pitch is fouled off. In strikeouts, they are... The Braves are 19th in strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jesus Luzardo pitching for the Phillies. And the 2-2 pitch. And there's another called strike 3 on the inside corner for out number 2. That's the 6th strikeout of the day for Zeus. Nice job. He started to settle down. Two gone, and Nick Allen's up. And he fouls off the first pitch that he sees. Okay. So let's read some of these. Let's read some of these deals. Marsh and Sosa. Do we think that they're going to want more for that deal? Because I think that they do. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. It's up high for a ball. Wilkins says Rojas and maybe Romano. Is that enough? 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is taken for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Luzardo kicks and delivers, swing and a miss. And so the count's now 2-2. The pitch. This one's flied out over towards center field. Marsh comes jogging on in, makes the catch, and we're going to the 5th inning. And so the Phillies are down 2-0 against the Atlanta Braves. 4 innings of silence from Philadelphia. Just 1 hit. Let's do this. I made macaroni and cheese last night. Yeah, I will look back at my comments. I'm sure I said some crazy things. But I remember that was one of them. Rojas and maybe Romano. I think that's... For Aroldis Chapman, the Red Sox are going to want younger guys. Like, you're going to have to be willing to give up one of your young guys. Whether it's Otto Kemp, whether it's Justin Crawford. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, you're going to have to add in some other value or cash. Paula, what's up, Paula? Alec Boehm and Rangel. Rangel or Ranger? Alec Boehm and Rangel or a Ranger? Jack says Crawford and Kemp. That I could see happening. But I also feel like you're going to also have to give up a major league or two. It can't just be for 2 prospects. I mean, I guess you could. Would it be too much if they gave up Marsh, Crawford, and Kemp? Is that too much? Pick 2. Rojas, Kemp, Boehm, Marsh, Sosa, Kepler, and Painter. Eagle Otto says, I would get rid of Ranger, Stott, and Strom. Is that correct? Lizardo is hot and cold tonight. JJ had to fight the mac and cheese. I'm trying to stay on topic here, guys. How about Ranger and Painter? Ranger and Painter for Chapman? Here comes Max Kepler. The pitch is taken for a strike. 0-1. Swing on a miss. The count's 0-2. Mods, if you have not emailed me, I need you to do that. Jason Joseph, onair@gmail.com. Email me your Discord username. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 5th. Nobody out. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And there's 1 away in the top of the 5th. Three straight strikeouts with the Phillies. Offense. So 1 out in the top of the 5th. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. Oh, 1 swing and a miss. And so the count's now 0-2 to JT, who's 0 for 1 tonight. JT lined out to 3rd in the 2nd. Just 1 hit today for the Phillies. That's it. JT's average is at 247. He has 5 homers and 28 RBI. Did we get to 100 likes yet, chat? 0-2. That's a called strike 3 at the knees. And out number 2, that's the 10th strikeout today for Spencer Schwellenbach, and it has just been all Schwellenbach in this game. He is on one. 4 strikeouts in a row for Spencer. He just has the Midas touch. The pitch, the stats. This one's flied out over towards the left field corner. Fairchild has room, makes the grab, and we're going to the bottom of the 5th. All right, 2-0 Braves. They'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Acuna's up to bat once again. 2-0 Braves. And Zeus kicks and delivers. And it's swung on and missed. The ball is 1 strike to Ronald Acuna Jr. It's 1 for 1 today. He's gotten on base twice. The pitch. That's taken again. This time it's a little bit low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. And that's high for ball 2. Somebody on Twitter said, I didn't realize we were facing Roger Clemens tonight. Spencer Schwellenbach's a really good pitcher. He's really good. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. It's down for ball 3. He's had a couple of very strong outings as of late. 3-1. That's down for ball 4, and another walk allowed by Jesus Luzardo. Acuna has walked again. That's now 3 walks issued by Zeus. Twice have been to Acuna. Hit that thumbs up button. How we doing with that, guys? The pitch. It's a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that's in there for strike 1. Next time the Phillies play the Braves, it'll be in late August. It'll actually be the end of the month of August. That'll be the last time that they play them. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch. It's outside and low for a ball. Phillies lead the regular season series 4-3. 1-1 pitch to Olson, swing and a miss. And it's now a 1-2 count. The Braves are 22-16 at home. One and 2 is the count. Olson does step out of the box. The team who has the most wins at home this year it's the Astros. They have 31. Right behind them is the Dodgers. They have 30. And then the Tigers have 29. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. The Astros are 31-13 at home. They are 18-20 on the road. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 30-14 at home and 22-18 on the road. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the fifth. Olson up to bat. And the 1-2 pitch. And it's down for a ball. Olson didn't offer at it, according to Jeremy Rehack. Olson has reached base in 29 straight games. Starting to come along. 2-2. Fouled away. This will be the seventh pitch of the at-bat to the 31-year-old Matt Olson. He has 15 homers, 52 RBI, and 834 OPS. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one's lined out to left field. That's going to go over towards the warning track, and it's going to bounce over the fence. And there's a ground rule double for Matt Olson. As he gets on again. So the top of the lineup doing some damage against Jesus Luzardo. See where this pitch was. It was right down the middle again. Olson got a fastball. Just drilled it. Kept his eyes down and put up a good swing. Hit off the track, and it just had enough height to go on over left field. Pitch to Ozuna, and he grounds this one over towards the right side of the mound. Luzardo is there and just meets him halfway in between home plate and first base, and he is just tagged out. That's how the Phillies get the first out of the inning. The runners do not advance. Acuna is on at third. Good recognition there by Luzardo. And Austin Riley is coming up. Whoever just subbed, thank you so much. Riley takes a slider in the dirt. 87 likes. Let's get to 100. One ball, no strikes to Austin Riley, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Mets did end up losing by a score of 9-2 to Pittsburgh. 1-1 pitch on the way. That's a strike. It's a fastball that's in there, and it's now 1-2 to Austin Riley. The Braves are 10 games behind the Mets, and they are 10.5 behind the Phillies in the division. Pitch on the way. Strike three called. Got him looking. And Austin Riley goes down. That fastball was perfectly placed. And that's the 7th strikeout for Jesus Luzardo. Now there's 2 outs with 2 runners on, and Albies will ground this one over to third base, and the throw over to first in time by Bohm. He threw it from foul ground. How about that? Jesus Luzardo had 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the 5th with nobody out, and he got himself out of the jam. And so we're going to the 6th inning, 2-0 Braves. Now here's my question for you. Was that Luzardo pitching well, or was that on the Braves offense? I need to hear. I need to hear what you guys have to say, because I know that a lot of you would say that that was because Jesus Luzardo locked in. But then, see, if it's on the other side, we're holding ourselves accountable and we're going to say we didn't do enough. So I want to hear what you have to say. Was that because of the Braves offense, or was that because of Jesus Luzardo? I just love this conversation. I won't stress on it too much, but I just want to hear what Chad has to say. That was on the Braves offense's mark. What's up, Jaden? Doug says that was on the Braves offense. I guess we're on the same page, the most of us. 92 likes. We need 8 more to get to 100. Let's go. Let's go. We got out of it so good on the Phils. That's a good answer. That's a safe answer. That's a safe answer. $24 more subscribers for us to get to 6,200. I'm not saying we only do well when JJ takes a day off, but I'm also not saying it, says Otto. We all see it, don't we? We all see it. We all see who the elephant in the room is. And he's the only guy that's visible on screen right now. Otto Kemp is coming up to the plate, and he takes a strike at the knees. Schwellenbach has done a magnificent job today against the Phillies, and they just have not been able to hit off of him. 0-1 pitch. There's a high bouncer. It's hit over to third base. Scooped up by Riley to throw to first. Just got Otto Kemp. And Riley, again, just does it over at third base. 1 away. Oof. Good throw. We had an excellent play there. Just 1 hit today for the Phillies. And now Marsh is up. 1 out, top of the 6th, and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. There's only one other baseball game on right now, and that is Cubs versus Astros. It's 8-2. Pitch to Marsh. Line drive hit out to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit, and Brandon Marsh finally breaks the curse. And he gets on base with a 1-out single. All right, come on. Come on, come on. Let's go. Get that rally started. Phillies offense last night, 13 runs on 17 hits. Tonight, no runs on 2 hits. George! Here's the pitch to Trey Turner. Line drive. Foul ball towards the right side. Trey's average is at 300. No balls, 1 strike. 1 away in the top of the 6th. Tying run up at the plate. The 0-1 is down for a ball. We did hear, unfortunately, about the passing of Hall of Famer Dave Parker. He was a Pirate who spent 11 years in a Pirates uniform. He won 2 batting titles, an MVP, and a World Series championship in '79. 1-1 pitch. It's taken for ball 2, and the count's now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tying run up at the plate. And the next pitch is in the dirt again for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike to Turner. And the next pitch on the way, it's popped up over towards the right side of the infield. Olson gets under it, backs up, makes the catch over towards the line on the outfield grass for out number 2. He definitely did not time that well. And that'll bring Kyle Schwarber up at the plate. To the plate. The pitch. And that is taken down for ball 1 to Schwarber. Schwarber versus Schwellenbach. Now that is a tongue twister. Schwarber. The pitch. It's taken for a strike. It's cool. One, swing and a miss. Which Schwa will win the battle? It's cool. It's 1-2 to Schwarber. Schwellenbach will get set at the Braves letters. The 1-2 delivery to Schwarber. It's down for ball 2. The throw to second base, not in time, as Brandon Marsh dives in there head first. And another stolen base for the Phillies. The first one tonight. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Schwarber in the box. And the pitch down and low, or down and away for ball 3. Just trying to look and see where the team is in stolen bases. Pitch to Schwarber, and he just got a piece of it and stays alive. The Rays are actually first in baseball with stolen bases at 106. The Phillies are tied for 7th. They have 69 steals. They're tied with the Rangers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch, it's low for ball 4, and Schwarber gets on with a walk. And so the tying run is over at first base. And Bohm is coming up to the plate. Drop a Phillies emote in the chat, baby! Here's the pitch to Bohm. This one's grounded back up the middle for a base hit. It goes out to center field. Marsh is rounding third. He'll come in to score. The throw to third base gets by Riley, but it kicks by him, and it was not too far away for Schwarber to score. It is 2-1, though, on the RBI double by Alec Bohm. Okay, can you hear me? The music cut out for some reason. That's really weird. Don't know why that happened. That's odd. There we go. Here comes Castellanos, and the pitch is outside for a ball. It was actually dropped by Murphy, but it didn't get by him. The 1-0 to Casti. There's a fly ball. It's hit out over towards right center field. On the run is Acuna, and he makes the catch. Phillies do get a run, though, and they now trail 2-1. As Bohm comes up with a base hit, they call it an RBI single, and they advanced over to second base. But it's 2-1 Atlanta. And the Phillies will be back in just a few moments. Okay. Ryan, thanks so much for the membership. Appreciate you. Okay, my dude, back here with you. I turned the game off, Fox. I don't like seeing the obvious before I can say anything. Steak and asparagus with a little pineapple for the mini-me. Let's get back in this. You know what you could do is you could pause the game. You could pause the game on Fox and then just sync me up to it. You know, you can just audio sync it if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, I'm just putting that out there as a suggestion because I know other people on chat that do that. So you're more than welcome to. Thanks again for the membership, though, my friend. 101 likes. Let's go. People tune on in when the game. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Everybody says, or Spike just said on the he said in WIP retweeted it. That was an excellent play by Bowman. He's taking a shot. He's taking a shot at Ike Reese for saying, that he still would shop Bohm. It's funny. It's like he's just such a... Alec Bohm and Aaron Nola are very polarizing players here in Philadelphia. It's just how it goes. And it's like a 50-50 thing. It really is. There's people that want to keep Bohm. There's people that want to keep Nola. There's people that don't want to keep Nola. And then there's people that are just like, I'm out on Bohm. Very, very good about the hot dogs and the asparagus. So 2-1 Atlanta. Phillies got to run back in that sixth inning. And now Joe Ross is going to pitch. Jesus Luzardo is in line to get the loss. Ross, 27 strikeouts, 13 walks allowed, and a 5.35 ERA. So Luzardo went 5 innings. He had 7 strikeouts. The pitch to Murphy. This one's lined out over to right field, and it goes over the head of Nick Castellanos. He ran the wrong route there. And so, going over to second base will be Murphy as he gets on with a double. That thing went over his head. He misread that. He did. He definitely misread that. He thought that it was going to come on in, and it took him by surprise, and it went over his head. Those 2 steps in really hurt him there. And so it's a leadoff double. By Sean Murphy. The pitch. And that's taken for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. We're live, right? Yeah, it's connected to my Roadcaster. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. 0-2 pitch. It's fouled off by White. Oh, and 2 is the count to Eli White, who's 0 for 1 tonight. He did walk in the second. 0-2 pitch. It's grounded over to short. Turner picks it up. Fires across the diamond to first. And it's in time for the first out of the inning. Ross is 32 years old. He was selected by the Padres in the first round of the 2011 draft. Made his debut with the Nationals back in 2015. Won a World Series with them in 2019. One away in the bottom of the sixth. 2-1 Atlanta. Alex Verdugo will pinch hit, and he stares at strike one on the inside corner. Mods, if you have not emailed me yet, I need you to do so. JasonJosephOnAir@gmail.com is the email. I need you to email me your Discord username. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away in the bottom of the sixth. It's Alex Verdugo who's up to bat right now. Ross will get set just below the Phillies' letters. Looks back at third, now back to the plate, and the 1-1 swing and a miss. Got a slider. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icon. 1-2 pitch. Way inside for ball 2. Jack Fritz just tweeted out and said Phillies are going to let Jared Goff throw a complete game against them. He actually said a complete game shutout. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 gone in the bottom of the sixth. Like that little... It looked like it was a slider that just came buzzing on in. Had some good movement. So 2 away. And Nick Allen's up. And Allen swings and misses at another slider that had very good break to it. The ball's 1 strike. 2 outs. The pitch. It's chopped foul. And we're going to end that pull. Very good. 0-2 is the count. Bottom of the sixth. 2 away. Braves lead it 2-1 on 8 hits. Phillies have 1 run on 3 hits. They had 1 hit coming on into the 6th inning. 0-2 to Allen. It's low and off target. "13 pitches for Joe Ross. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. And the 1-2 delivery is off the plate again. Randy said before, get Tanner Scott, Kenley Jansen, or Carlos Estevez, Ryan Helsley bullpen. 2-2 on the way. It's outside for ball 3. You did not put in the Mountain Man. Why is that? You did not put in Felix Bautista. Rain is starting to come down in Atlanta again. Or are they just showing a replay of last night? 3-2, and it's high and away for ball 4. Are they just showing a replay of the rain from last night? No, it is raining. It is raining. Now there are thunderstorms on the way. Great. It wasn't in the forecast before, but now it is. 2-1 Braves. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. The pitch to Acuna, it's outside for a ball. Acuna tries to keep the bat dry. You could tell that his helmet's wet, even though it doesn't look like it's pouring. One up pitch. It's down for ball 2. They're doing the chop here in Atlanta. 2 balls, no strikes to Ronald Acuna Jr. Wonder if you should just walk him. 2-0 is the count to Acuna. The pitch, swing and a miss. Acuna is only 27 years old. Can you believe that? He's only 27. Two balls, 1 strike to Acuna Jr. The 2-1 pitch, another swing and a miss. He could not catch up to the 95-mile-per-hour heater. He's hitting .366 in the month of June. 6 homers, 12 RBI, 21 walks coming on into tonight's game. Time will be called as Ross takes a quick step off the mound. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 2 base runners on for the Braves. Ross kicks, steals, and the 2-2 is down for ball 3. Acuna did not go after that. And now the question is, what do you throw him here? Big pitch coming up. Olson's on deck. The payoff pitch to Acuna. It's on the upper third of the zone for a called strike 3. How about Joe Ross throwing a beautiful pitch that Acuna just looked at? Snicker is chirping from the dugout. That was the right call. He got it right there, and a good job by JT to frame that well. And so a called strike 3 ends the inning, and Joe Ross wins the battle against Acuna. Wow, he deserves some golf claps for that. That was not an easy situation to deal with. I gotta give props to Joe Ross there. That fastball was awesome. You'll have to see that called strike 3, but that was big. That was huge. We are heading to the top of the 7th. We'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. We're in the top of the 7th, and Kepler is up to bat. First pitch, he chops it foul. Schwellenbach still pitching. 78 pitches for him. 0-1 is the count, and the pitch is a splitter that's in there for strike 2. Schwellenbach's been very good against the Phillies during his career, coming on into today. 4 games started, 2-0, and a 2.22 ERA, 22 strikeouts in 24 innings. The pitch. This one's grounded over towards the right side. Albies picks it up, throws over to first. It's in time for the first out of the inning. The pitch. It's a curveball that's in there for a called strike. To JT Realmuto. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. Counts 0-2 now. That's funny. 1 ball, 2 strikes to JT Realmuto. And the 1-2 pitch. It's low for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to JT. Sliced foul and out of play. That's crazy. Two-two pitch to JT, swing and a miss. And Spencer Schwellenbach with his 11th strikeout of the day. And so now there's 2 outs. So JT is down on strikes. And Stott's up. First pitch that he takes is going to be in there for a strike. Second pitch is a curveball. And the count's now 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Got a little piece of Sean Murphy. I think it also hit Jeremy Rehack as well. One-two on the way, swing and a miss. And so, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. Atlanta leads it 2-1. Okay. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, folks. And if you get it correct, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you will hear this. Okay. In 1958, on this day, which former Philly recorded back-to-back outfield assists? Against Philadelphia. He's a pretty famous one. Played for St. Louis. He played in left field in 1958 on this day, and they recorded back-to-back assists facing the Phillies. Who was that player? It's a tougher one. Ask Alexa. This is for all you Philly fans that have been watching the game for a while. Del Ennis. Good job. Very good job. Del Ennis played left field for the Cardinals on this day in 1958. June 28th, 1958. Recorded outfield assists on back-to-back Phillies batters with Dave Philly on second. Solly Hemis singled, but Ennis cut Philly down at third. And the next batter was Harry Anderson. He also singled to left, and Ennis caught Hemis going over to third. Good job, Larry. I'm not 100 years old, bud. Well, if you know the Phillies, I mean, there's people that have been watching us for a really long time that do know the Phillies. So, you know, we got to appease everybody. We can't just stick to recent history. You learn something new from learning about older history. I don't know. I find it cool. The pitch. That's taken at the knees for strike one. I received the lovely parting gifts, including the home version of our game. The ball is one strike, and the pitch is taken down for a ball. One. That's chopped foul. Olson singled and doubled. 1-2 pitch. It's outside for ball two. It was at 97 miles per hour. Romano's pitching. Matt Olson's up. He's 2 for 3 today. 2-1 Atlanta. The pitch to Olson, foul ball. Olson's had himself a very productive day today. Braves have lost their last 3 games. 2-2 pitch from Romano. This one is popped up over towards shallow left field. Kepler gets under it, waits for it, and makes the grab for the first out. Schallenbach has 12 strikeouts and 7 innings of work. 1 run, 1 walk, and just 3 hits surrendered. Romano's ERA is at 6.21. He has not allowed a run, though, since June 6th. Pitch to Ozuna. Slow and outside for a ball. He's pitched in 6 outings since then. Iglesias is warming up in the bullpen. The 1-0. Line drive, base hit out into left field. It got by Bohm. And Marcell Ozuna is over at first base. Romano did not like that pitch. You could see the little grimace on his face, or the reaction on his face, and he wanted that back. Slider was supposed to go down, and it was elevated. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1 to Austin Riley. One ball, no strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. A runner on at first. The pitch, swing and a miss. That one was purely a guess. Didn't have a second guess. I don't know a lot from before the 70s either. Well, I'm happy that you got that. That was a tougher one. 1-1. That's inside for ball 2. When I do Phillies history, I like to go back. Because our history does go back. You can look some stuff up. I don't care. That's the way that I conduct it, though, on here. 2-1 pitch. It's in there for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. To Austin Riley. The 2-2 on the way. This one's grounded back up the middle for a base hit. They got on by Bryson Stott's dive. Ozuna stops at second. And there's runners at first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Here's an interesting stat. The Phillies have whiffed 19 times tonight. Would have never have guessed that. But it makes sense. Two base runners, 1 out, and Ozzie Albies batting on the left side takes high. He's hitting .266 with runners in scoring position. He has struggled at the plate so far tonight. Hitless in 3 at-bats. 1-0 pitch. This one's grounded towards the right side. It gets by for a base hit. Castellanos fields it. Ozuna is going to stay over at third base, and the bases are loaded with a 1 out in the bottom of the 7th for the Atlanta Braves. Ozuna's not the fastest guy in the world. So that's 3 straight hits in a row for Atlanta, and Sean Murphy is up with 1 out. Keep it a 1-run deficit. Iglesias was warming up in the pen. There is a timeout taken on the mound. Caleb Cotham will have a conference with all the infielders and JT to just go on over signs, try to calm Romano down, and hopefully this will benefit the Phillies. After the game is done, we have a post-game show, 610-314-0844. That's how you call on in to the post-game show. We have 222 people watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons too. We have 117 likes. Over 100 of you have not hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. Bases juice for Sean Murphy. 1 out. And the pitch on the way, and this one is smoked. Lifted out to deep left field. It is gone, and the Braves lead it 6-1. A fastball right down Broadway, and Sean Murphy opens the gates and launches his 10th homer of the season, and the Braves lead it 6-1 against the Phils. That's the first grand slam for Atlanta this year. High fives all around the Braves dugout. And Murphy gets a hug from the players. Here comes Stuart Fairchild, and the pitch is inside for ball 1. Caleb Cotham is at the phone. They'll be making the call to the bullpen. Get some action going on there. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. That's to Eli White. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. And the 1-1 pitch. This one is going to be blooped out over towards center field, but Turner's there and makes the catch. Worst place to throw a pitch. Right down the middle. And that's what Murphy got. And he connected and struck lightning in a bottle to put the Braves up 6-1. There's a fastball at 97 taken all the way by Alex Verdugo. That's Murphy's second career grand slam. Verdugo pinched hit for Stuart Fairchild. Counts 1-1. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch to Verdugo. This one is chopped foul towards the right side. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 on the way. This one's lined out towards left field. Kepler's there, though, makes the grab, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. The Braves go up 6-1, and we are heading to the top of the 8th inning. Phillies down by 5. They have some work to do. We'll be right back. Hit the thumbs up button, folks. Hit the subscribe button as well. We have 191 people tuning on in, 120 likes. We appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. Tune on in after the game. You'll get a full breakdown from me as to what my thoughts are about this game, and we'll talk about it. All right? We will definitely talk about it. There's still baseball left to go, though. All right? We're going to the top of the 8th. Phillies are down 6-1. There are 6 outs left for the Phillies for their offense. Any other games on right now? Let's take a look at the scores. At 9:38, the Angels will be taking on the Nationals. That game will be on MLB Network. Yeah, there's no content creator covering that game. The Cubs are taking on the Astros. It's 9-2 in the top of the 7th. These are the only night games going on right now. That's it. Here comes Otto Kemp. Raisel Iglesias is going to pitch. And the first pitch that he throws is in there for strike 1. 20 more subs for us to get to 6,200. 0-1. It's down for a ball. Michael Harris is going to play in center field now. 1-1, swing and a miss. Iglesias will get to his numbers. Dylan Lee is now the closer for them. Iglesias has a 5.65 ERA. Hasn't pitched since the 24th. Trying to get him into better situations that aren't so stressful. 1-2. That's going to sail outside and away. Also coming on in for the Braves, you have Eli White going from center field to left field. Pitch to Otto Kemp. Line drive, base hit out to left center field. Otto Kemp gets on with his first hit of the ball game, and he is over at first base with nobody out. Okay. 6-1 Atlanta. And so Kemp starts things off the right way. And Brandon Marsh is up. First pitch to Marsh. This one is skied towards the right side. And will it get out of play? It will. Goes about 5 rows deep towards the first base side. Marsh did single in the 6th. He also stole a base and he scored a run. His average is at 263. 0-1 is the count. Iglesias comes set at the belt again. And the 0-1 is taken for strike 2. There's a changeup. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Brandon Marsh. And there's one away. Iglesias lifetime against the Phillies 3-2 with a ERA of a 2.61. The pitch, it's in there for a strike to Trey Turner. The pitch, and this one is fouled off. I'll have to fix that. I don't know what that is. 0-2 to Turner. Swing and a miss again. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Raisel Iglesias is fooling the Phillies. You might need a power washer, says Larry. That's funny. After the game is done, we will have a post-game show. 2 away, top of the 8th. And Kyle Schwarber's up. And he takes it down for a ball. We need 20 more subs for us to get to 6,200. Do not get that song stuck in my head, John. 1-0, swing and a miss. They played that song twice last night. Do not get it stuck in my head. Oh my gosh. Here it comes. 1 ball, 1 strike. You just had to do it. The 1-1, it hits Schwarber on the back foot. And so that's going to put runners over at first and second base. You just had to do it. You had to. I don't really know if did that really hit him? They said that it did. Iglesias will face Alec Bohm now. Runners at first and second for the Phillies. Pitch to Bohm. It's grounded towards second base. Albies picks it up. Throws over to first. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. As the inning is over, it's 6-1 Atlanta. Phillies leave 2 men on base. They'll be back in just a few moments. 2 hours and 37 minutes of streaming. After the game is done, we will certainly have a post-game show. And we'll be back on tomorrow to finish out the series. If you guys want to call on into the show, or if you want to leave a voicemail message, you can. 610-314-0844 is how you dial on in to the show. And I hope to see you all there. And I'd like to hear your thoughts. A quiet night so far for the Phillies. But we'll break it all down. We will. Scott, are you singing? No one's singing tonight. I learned this lesson. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 25. 1 and 25. Guess what the number is. 1 and 25. What's the number? Don't come all at once. 1 and 25. What is the number? 8. Nope. 17. Nope. 11. 7. Keep going. 17. Why are you guys repeating numbers? 13. Nope. 6. 24. I said 1 and 25. My gosh, now you want to say 26. 14. 12. Nope. 9. You guys suck at this game. 3. 15. 25. 7. 23. 5. Good job. Very, very good job. Awesome, awesome stuff. And for that, as Daniel Roberts going to pitch now for the Phillies, for that, yes, we are going to gift 1 membership. We're going to do that. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is taken for strike 2. We're going to buy a membership. How many numbers can it be? 26 numbers. My card declined. What the heck? 0-2 pitch. It's knocked down by Robert. The throw over to first. Not in time. So Nick Allen gets aboard. Huh. The card's denied. That's weird. I'll have to figure out why that is later. Something else I gotta do. It was 5. Good job. So an infield single allowed by Daniel Robert. And Acuna's up. He's 1 for 2. He singled. He walked twice. And scored a run as well. Nobody out. The first pitch, it's inside for a ball. Phillies have left 5 guys on base. Jinx, Larry. Literally, I was just reading that. The 1-0 pitch to Acuna. And that's a cutter that's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. One. That's outside for ball 2. JJ got his wallet scanned. Scanned by a card reader scammer. Ruh-roh. No, I think I just got to update my card. I think that's just what it is. I didn't do that on here. 2-1. That's up high for ball 3. I forgot that I was really going to gift 5 memberships because you're allowed to gift 10 per month for free. But that was not the case. And that's why my number was 5. But memberships cost a lot. 3 balls, 1 strike. Time called. JT is going to go out there to talk things over with Robert. Last night was a giant blank in JJ's memory. All I remember is coming on here after I came home. And it was... I remember I was talking about mac and cheese. The guy almost took my mac and cheese. I was a little bit disappointed about that. I was dancing and I left my mac and cheese out. I had something on my plate too, so that way, you know, he would know not to take it. And he was almost about ready to take it anyways. Why would you do that? Don't take my mac and cheese. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 8th. There's nobody out. Three-two pitch, swing and a miss. The throw to second base. He is safe. And so it's just a strikeout and a runner in scoring position. They say hold it for a sec. Calitree's at the phone, and the Phillies are going to challenge this. So 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and we'll see if this is successful or not. I thought at first that he was safe at second. But let's see. That was actually closer than what they showed in real time. Huh. From that angle, he may have gotten him over on the ankle. I think he's out. They're showing it from 3 different angles. He looks out. There's the 4th angle here. He's out from that angle too. Huh. Weird. Now they're zooming on in. His left heel, Allen's left heel, did not reach the bag on the swipe from Stott. There's still the umpires, Willie Traynor and Jeremy Rehack, that's Brendan Miller and Jeremy Rehack, are still reviewing this. Potato salad. What about potato salad? I don't remember saying anything about that. Oh, and a Mets tie. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So the call on the field is overturned. He's out at second, and it is a strike him out, throw him out. That's right. Yeah, there was a guy that was in a Mets tie. The tie, from what I remember, the tie wasn't really straight. It was crooked, and I wanted to go fix it for him. But then people at the table were like, "No, he'll be fine." I'm like, he has a Mets tie on top of that. What's he doing? The pitch, it's fouled off, and he had potato salad. It looked like it was bad potato salad. They had great food there. They did. I have to preface that. They had awesome food there, but the potato salad just did not look appetizing at all. 0-1, swing and a miss. It just did not look appetizing. That was the only thing. Montero is warming up in the pen. 0-2 pitch. This one's lined foul towards the left side. It was a fun time, though. I had a great time last night. And I slept for a while today. I needed that sleep. I really did. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 pitch fouled away. So Matt Olson's up. Robert's pitching. This is Daniel Robert from the Phillies minor league system. No balls, 2 strikes in the 0-2, and that's high and away for a ball. JJ, someone suggested that you and Mike call a stream together and thought that that'd be a good idea. I've tried to do that with other people. It is so hard because the game is delayed and it's not in sync. It's so hard to do. The pitch, swing and a miss. So we're going to the 9th inning. It's 6-1 Braves. Phillies will have Castellanos, Kepler, and Realmuto are going to come on up. Because then you have to understand, okay, where is he watching it from? Is he watching it from the TV? Is he watching it from cable? There's no way, if we have a delay, some people's internets aren't as fast. So he might be 5 pitches behind. And So it just doesn't work. I've done it before. I've done it a couple of times. I did it with I did it with Dixon Way, and it was tough. It was tough. I mean, like, we got through it, but I'm not doing like legit play-by-play, and I don't like that. If I was gonna do it, I would do it in person. But just because of the internet and because of more technical difficulties and more mic problems, it's hard to do. It's really, really tricky. It would be more like a watch party. It wouldn't be like a play-by-play. You understand like what I'm trying to say? Do it live. Well, he doesn't live near me. My TV is always behind you. And see, when you have two streamers doing it at the same time, it would be more like a watch party. You know? But he's not close to me. Well, you'll do it live. And plus, I would have to change my whole setup. And we'd have to play around with that. It's just not something that I'm into doing. Now, if I was, like, going to do a watch party, you know, for, like, a Mets game or, like, whatever it is, I would do that. All you need is an extra headset and a chair. Well, my space is very narrow. So it's not as simple as that because I have my camera over here. And now if you want somebody else to be here, he's going to be taking up that amount of space, and he might be cut out. So I'd have to get a bigger web camera. So I've done it before. It's just hard when you're doing it remotely. And in person, I don't have the space to do it. If I had like my own studio, I would totally do it. There's just no space. Or if I like went to a restaurant or something, which I've like wanted to do like a talk show, that'd be really cool. No balls, one strike to Nick Castellanos. In the pitch, it's line foul. And it's no balls, two strikes to Nick. Don't forget we got a post-game show after this. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about this game. No balls, two strikes. We're in the top of the ninth. The 0-2. This one's going to be flied out over towards shallow right field. Acuna comes running in and they'll make the catch. So there's one away. One out, top of the ninth, and Max Kepler's up. This is Montero pitching for the Atlanta Braves. And he throws a fastball that's on the outside edge for a strike. This is Rafael Montero, 34 years old now. He's been in the league since 2014. Started off his career with the Mets for 4 years, and then played 2 seasons with the Rangers. Then spent half a season with the Seattle Mariners, and then played with the Houston Astros during the second half up until 2025. And then he was signed by the Braves. 1-1 pitch to Kepler. This one's flied out towards center field. Harris is there, squeezes it for out number 2. And the Phillies have one more out to go. Six to 1 is the score, and time will be called by Murphy as he will talk to Montero and try to get on the same page. Quan's here. What's up, Quan? Mods, I'm going to say this for the final time tonight. If you have not emailed me, please do so. I need you guys to email me your Discord username. I need you guys to do that. jasonjosephonair@gmail.com. The email is pinned at the top. But I do need you to email me your Discord username. If you have not done that, please do that now. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The 1-0 pitch. It's fouled off the foot of JT, so it's a dead ball. Tomorrow, the series will wrap up in the afternoon at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. One ball, one strike. 2 away, top of the 9th. The pitch. It's down for ball 2. It was a splitter. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. It's in there for strike 2. One more strike to go. Braves fans on their feet. Montero gets set, kicks, deals, and JT fouls it away. JJ, do I have to make sure that you email me back at this point? I will email all the mods back for those people that I got. And I'll let you know tomorrow if I didn't get yours. If you don't hear from me tonight, I didn't get it. The pitch. It's down for a ball. I'm sure I got yours, though. I'll check after stream's done, though. 3-2 on the way to JT. Another foul ball. He stays alive. Ryan, did you send him your Discord username? I was the third yes on the stream, if I recall. So then it doesn't apply to you. You're good. I just have to continue to repeat it because there's different people that tune on in at different times. 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball towards the left side. JT is working up the count here. That's for sure. 9 pitches, or 8 pitches, I should say. Braves fans still on their feet. 3-2. Another foul ball, and now the 10th pitch of the at-bat will come on up. I love you too. I do too. But yeah. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball towards the right side. And the at-bat still continues. Some of these Braves fans are smiling. They're like, just put an end to it. There's a Phillies fan, a father and a son, sitting next to each other. 3-2 pitch to JT. This one is flied out over towards left center field. This should do it. Harris is there, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. So the Atlanta Braves take care of business against Philadelphia and win by a final score of 6-1. And they even up the series at 1 apiece. And the difference of the game, well, I mean, it was a 2-1 game, and then Sean Murphy hit a grand slam to put the Braves up 6-1. And that's what the final score was. 6 runs on 13 hits. Spencer Schwellenbach gets the win. Jesus Luzardo gets the loss. Both pitchers now 7-4 on the season. But in regards to the Atlanta Braves, they had an RBI infield single from Austin Riley in the first. And then Nick Allen, his RBI single to left was really the difference. It was a good throw by Max Kepler to get the second runner out, Fairchild, at the plate. But it was a 2-0 game at that point. Phillies just got a run, though, on an RBI single by Alec Boehm. And that was in the top of the 6th. So, that's the game. We will take a step off. If you guys are not going to tune on into the post-game show, that's fine. That's cool. Just hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. I would really appreciate that. We'll dissect everything. You guys can call into the show, too, once we're done with our opening monologue, or you can leave a text message or a voicemail right now. We're just not taking calls until the opening monologue is done, but I do have to take a step off. We'll recap everything, and we'll let you know our thoughts on tonight's game. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Stay tuned.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks, with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome on into the Phillies post-game show here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Rough one to watch tonight. I haven't seen a good game all week from this Phillies team. And of course, the one I wasn't here for last night, they emptied out their gas tank and just poured everything out and did exceptionally well yesterday. And today, they just could not hit. We'll break it all down. I do have some thoughts about this game overall, and I will give you my overall takeaways. But hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and you will know when we do go live. So where do I begin? Spencer Schwellenbach. Okay, it was his night. It was Spencer Schwellenbach's night. He pitched his butt off. I have to give credit where credit is due. That guy pitched very well. He wasn't allowing a lot of base runners. Really, when I go back to this, okay, let's sort of backtrack. The Phillies only had 4 hits. They did. They only had 4 hits today. First inning was the inning where you should have attacked. And they didn't do that. After that first inning, good luck. Turner grounded out. Turner today had a bad day. He did not have a good day today. That 3-1 pitch that he had, or I think it was a 3-1 pitch in the 6th inning, I think it was. Yeah. That at-bat drove me nuts. Marsh singles. Kemp grounded out to third. And this guy's ahead in the count 3-1. And he gets underneath a sinker that's right down the middle. It would have been great if he didn't get under that pitch. He did, and that really killed the inning. I know Schwarber walked. I know that Bohm singled. And then Castellanos lined out to right, but that really killed that inning. Thought that inning was an inning where, yes, you got on the board, you left meat on the bones, though. The 1st and the 6th inning today really bugged me for the Phillies. Other than that, Schwellenbach was phenomenal. Schwellenbach was hitting his spots, and again, when the guy is going out there in the beginning, you have to take advantage early on. Sometimes he does have his stuff early on, but in the case of Kyle Schwarber coming on up, Schwarber got a fastball right down the middle and doubled out over towards left center field. And then Bohm just gets caught looking at 3 pitches, and Castellanos ahead in the count 2-1, goes after a sinker, and then chases after a splitter that's in the dirt. So you needed to come up with a run there. You couldn't do that. Schwellenbach was just so on point today. The splitter, the curveball, the cutter, and the four-seamer, it didn't matter what was coming out of his hand. It was just absolute great stuff. When that man's on, he is one of the best pitchers in the game. You put him up there with Chris Sale. You put him up there with some really good pitchers. He's not... This was just one of those outings where it was just like, yep, there's nothing that you were going to do. This was like facing Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown's a better pitcher. I mean, he's like one of the best pitchers in baseball. But you just kind of figured, well, this guy's going to be on tonight, and you're going to have to take advantage whenever he has runners on base, you know? That's just what's going to have to be. Zeus. Zeus was not as sharp as tonight. Zeus definitely left some pitches out over the middle of the plate. I thought that the slider and the sweeper, both of those pitches were not getting the oomph that they did in the last outing against the New York Mets. Thought that some of those pitches were flat. He wasn't able to... He had a one-hanging slider. I think it was to Matt Olson that was supposed to go low, and it sort of flattened out. And that resulted in a double. Now, he did get out of that inning, but that was sort of the common theme that I saw from tonight's game from Zeus. is that a lot of pitches were flattening out. And I don't know how he can work on that, but that's something that does have to be improved. And tonight against this Atlanta team, it just was not the case. Okay, he threw a four-seamer that was inside, or that hit the inside corner to Acuna, and he singled out to right. And then Olson got a sinker that he was able to single out to left. And then Riley got the infield single. That's what the Phillies really needed to do in that first inning, because that first inning really set the tone. And I thought that from the get-go, he was just a little bit off. I also didn't understand, and this goes back to Bobby Dickerson, okay, why on earth is Bryson Stott not shifted towards that right side? Austin Riley is not always a pull hitter. That guy tends to also go the opposite way too. And so I'm curious as to why, in that situation with runners on at first and third, sure, you can understand it's a righty and Trey Turner's at the shortstop position and Stott's right behind second base or just towards the right side. But in that situation, and this might just be me, this is just my opinion though, I thought that Stott should have been shifted towards the right side, because I thought, to me, that there wasn't as high of a chance as Riley grounding a pitch back up the middle, or better yet, hitting it towards that 5-6 hole. I would have played Stott the opposite way, and I wouldn't have even done that, hindsight. I would have done that in real time. I get why usually against a righty you play that way, because, again, they're pull hitters, and yeah, like that usually makes sense. But with him, that was sort of a head scratcher for me. I don't know if that would have made the difference in the game, but I don't think that they would have gotten a run there. Kepler had a really good throw to home plate. Thought that was nice. That was on the Nick Allen RBI single, and that was when Fairchild was out at the plate. Good throw, right on the money. That's my only positive today. Al Bohm did drive on in a run. He continues to be a run producer. But, yeah, you struck out a lot of times today. And Schwellenbach was just on. Schwellenbach just had his stuff. What's unacceptable, though, to me, is that you didn't score in the first. You didn't score in the sixth. I mean, you only put up one run in the sixth. But when things really got out of hand is when you went to Romano in that seventh inning. Poor Romano, man. Tonight, I'm going to not give as much blame to Rob, and I'm going to give more blame to Romano. Because I feel like when we talk about why are they going to these pitchers, we don't focus on what is going on with the pitcher. We love to put the blame on Rob. And I get it. It makes sense. Okay, the guy has runners on at first and second. But in this scenario, I mean, I wouldn't have gone to Orion in this case. I thought that Romano was the right move. And I actually thought, to be fair, that you don't want to get somebody warmed up and put him on in with the bases loaded, because that's a no-no as well. So, to me, Romano tonight deserves the blame because he's the one that gave up the grand slam. He allowed the 3 hits in a row. Sure, I'd like to see your pitching coach go out there to try to talk to him a couple of more times, try to settle him down, and then maybe, sure, you get somebody at least warmed up in the pen. But I thought that you had to keep Romano in there, and you had to let him figure it out. This wasn't the 8th inning. This wasn't the 9th inning. He made that mess. He has to clean it up. That's how I look at it, though. Usually, I am on Rob for making bad moves, right, and for not using the bullpen correctly. I thought tonight, after the 5th inning, right, Luzardo was at 97 pitches, I understand. Joe Ross came on in for an inning. I thought that was fine. And then for him to go to Romano, I didn't see any problem with that. And he just couldn't get out of the jam. You cannot throw a fastball right down the middle to Sean Murphy. It was right down the pike. It was given to him on a silver platter. And that was the pitch that put the game away. First pitch. That's not Rob's fault. That's on Romano. So I understand the discussion of these pitchers, right? Of putting them in during certain spots. We can disagree with moves that Rob makes. But I also feel like we have to give blame to these pitchers, especially Romano. Romano's a veteran. Okay, Romano, it's not like he's a rookie. This guy has been around. This guy was supposed to come on in as a high-leverage guy, and he has not done his job. Where's the blame for Jordan Romano? Where's the blame on him? Like, we'll say DFA Romano, but we don't point out the flaws. We don't point out what's really going wrong with his stuff. Is it a Caleb Cotham problem? I can't rule anything out, but he doesn't have his stuff. And he didn't deliver in that situation, and that was his fault. That was his fault. He couldn't get out of the mess. You don't put somebody on him with the bases loaded in that situation because you're telling them to clean up this other person's mess. You don't do that. Because then you're putting that person in a position to fail. Unless it's your closer. And he's a bona fide closer. Then you're hitting the panic button and you're putting them in that situation. And they, regardless, have to try to come through. But the Phillies just don't have that. They don't have that. So that really stuck out to me tonight. Is Jordan Romano's bad performance. And let's talk about what happened even before the Grand Slam that led up to the Grand Slam in particular. I'm pulling it up right now. So in that bottom of the seventh inning, he gets Ozuna to fly out to left. The pitch actually wasn't a good pitch. It was a slider at 87. Luckily enough, though, Olson wasn't looking for that pitch, and his timing was off. Ozuna's pitch that he got, it was a 1-0 count, and it was a slider. Again, that was hanging. That was the same pitch that was thrown to Matt Olson. And that time, Ozuna beat him. 2-2 pitch to Austin Riley. Fastball right down the middle. Can't do that to him. Can't do that to him at all. Reached 96. That guy loves to crush fastballs. And Ozzie Albies. 1-0 count. Slider misses up high. Second time, he goes on the outside corner with that slider, and it just didn't have the bite. That slider really came back to bite him in the butt. And then the first pitch to Murphy, he throws a hanging slider. It wasn't even a fastball. It was a hanging slider. It looked like to me it was going to be a fastball because JT was pointing his glove down the middle from what I saw in real time. Thought that was just a bad pitch. It's just a bad pitch. The slider's not even working for you, so why would you even throw that? Why would you throw it in that spot? Sometimes you're just going to have a pitch that just doesn't work for you. And I understand that he has to pick his poison because maybe he was thinking that Murphy was going to look for a fastball. Even though, again, it looked like a fastball because it was just so flat and it just didn't have any bite to it. But the thing was gone. It was gone. Four-seamer and slider. Those were his two pitches tonight. He didn't throw anything else except for those two pitches. That's a problem. That's on him. He has to be better. The 8th inning. Okay, it's a 6-1 game at this point. Otto Kemp singles. Marsh strikes out. As Iglesias is pitching, they were going to throw Iglesias on in because he's not the closer anymore. It's Lee. That's now the closer for them because he's their best pitcher. And they wanted to put in Iglesias in this type of a situation, which if I'm the Braves, I would do because you want him to try to get his confidence back, kind of like what the Phillies did to Matt Strahm. Marsh struck out swinging. He got a changeup, if I remember correctly. The second pitch was a changeup, and the third pitch was the same exact pitch. And you just could not catch up to it. And then Raisel Iglesias was just on. Sinker, four-seamer, and that slider to get Trey Turner to strike out swinging at was nasty. It was a good pitch. So then he hits Kyle Schwarber, gives him a free base. And then boom, first pitch. He has a sinker on the inside corner and just grounds out. I was a little bit curious as to why he didn't work the pitch count there. But that's really what Bohm does. Bohm is very aggressive on the first pitch. I've just come to accept that. That's just who he is. He is aggressive on the first pitch. I see that more times than not. But, yeah. Sad ending for the Phillies tonight. Really sad. And now they have to even the series tomorrow. He did not do well with runners in scoring position. You guys know that I love that stat. Schwellenbach struck you out 12 times. It was his night. It was his night. You were 1 for 15, or 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. You left 5 guys on base. You struck out how many times? You struck out 14 times and only got 4 hits, 1 earned run. So, yeah. Wild. Their top 4 hitters today. They each got on base at least 2 times. Acuna 1 for 3 with a run scored. 2 walks. Olson 2 for 5. Ozuna 2 for 4 with a run scored. And Austin Riley 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. They killed you. They really did. They really hurt you today. And then Ozzie Albies, I can't forget about that at-bat because I know that it said that he went 1 for 4, but that swing to get on base was huge. Was huge. In that 7th inning against Jordan Romano. So, yeah. So, my overall takeaways are that I didn't think that the Phillies were going to get a lot of runs off of Schwellenbach. Your points of attack were in the 1st and then the 6th inning. You weren't going to have a lot of room against him to succeed. So, you needed to do it early, and you needed to capitalize later on when he was getting tired in that 6th inning. Now, he did go back out there to pitch the 7th because he got his confidence back. But he was looking fatigued in that 6th inning, and you let him off the hook. So that's takeaway number 1. Takeaway number 2 is that Luzardo didn't have his best stuff, and Jordan Romano failed. I thought that your manager actually wasn't as much of a problem today, and some of you guys might disagree with that. It was the right when it comes to his decision making. I thought that he was fine. Romano did not work out. Romano has to get out of that situation. That's his work. That's his mess. He has to clean it up. So, yeah, that's it. That's all that I have. Calling into the show, 610-314-0844. We'll take phone calls. We'll let you guys share your thoughts. And, yeah. And in the meantime, we will be reading text messages. Okay? Let's actually, we have a voicemail message that we will play first. Where is it? Now we're having the technical difficulties. Weird. It says it's connected to the Pro. Why is it not playing? That's weird.
JJ, this is John from Richmond, Virginia, code name Virginia Flash. I watched last night's game and was sort of hoping that they were going to save some of those runs for tonight, but it didn't happen, and our bats were silent. We did not do a good job, and of course that grand slam ended it for us. But there's always tomorrow, and hopefully we'll play a better game. Ciao.
Shout out to my man. Shout out to John from Richmond, Virginia. Always comes on in, and you know what I like about him? He always tries to turn around a bad game into, like, you know what, we're going to get them tomorrow. And I think that it's also important to sort of keep in sight that the series is not over, right? I wanted them to get a sweep so badly, but that was just me being hopeful. Me being realistic would have said tonight that they just weren't going to win. Now, when you look at tomorrow's matchup, okay, you're going up against Spencer Strider. Strider, it's not going to be easy to score runs off of him either. But he's not Spencer Schwellenbach. So, this year, I'm saying. Ranger Suarez is going to go out there for the Phillies. You should win that game. I think that you should win that game against Spencer Strider, and you should definitely get into his head. That's something that I notice about Strider, is that once batters get into his head, he turns into, I don't want to say a zombie, but he unfolds. He's one of those guys. He's like Tyler Glass now. There's just some pitchers that have very good stuff, but once it becomes more of a mental game and you start messing around with their head, then you get to them. And the Phillies have done that a couple of times against them. Other teams have too. And I expect the Phillies to show that tomorrow. That's what I should expect. But in just regards to tonight's game, again, John, thanks so much for calling on in. I appreciate you, and I like your outlook on things. We got a phone call from Virginia. Let's take this one. What's going on? You're on Play-by-Play with JJ. How are you?
JJ, I had to call you back. This is John from Richmond, Virginia.
What's up, John?
I just wanted to tell you what my last name is. It's
Yes.
Romano.
John Romano.
Yes. So there you go.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, what can I say?
What can I say? Yeah, that last name is not is definitely, I'm sure, getting a lot of bad talk tonight. But obviously you're, we appreciate you for calling on into the shows. I really do.
Hey, love it. Love to watch you. Love to talk to you.
Yep.
Take care.
You too. Take it easy, man. We have another person that texted on in. Let's read this. This was a text message. JJ, my name is Ahmed, and I hate baseball and the Phillies. We should create children and see what they think. Okay. All right. Very nice job. Thanks, Ahmed. Thanks for trolling the channel, and thanks for taking that a whole different direction. All right. Let's get back on track. Dude, JJ, thank you so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. Have a blessed night. GBY. What does that stand for? I don't know what that stands for. GBY. What does GBY stand for? God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Love you too.
Unknown caller.
Okay. What's going on? You're on Play-by-Play with JJ. Yo. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Talk to me about this game. How do you feel?
Uh, the game of man. It's not the Phillies day. He was. They were just. I knew they were gonna run out of gas. They scored a lot of runs. If you score a lot of runs in these games, just gets it hard for you to be very consistent. And this is the biggest problem that I see from the Phillies was this game. This game in general was definitely what Joey said. Mostly because of the pitching. Like Romano has to be better because when you get into such situations, I don't really fully give him
Yep.
one percent of the brain is really prepared, but you have to be prepared for those situations. The bases are literally loaded. You have to.
You have to. You have to. You absolutely have to. And see, like, that's the thing, like, where I disagree, like, with a lot of Philly fans, because they're like, well, they should have taken them out. How many times in the past have we said do that with the bases loaded, and it's came back to bite us? We can go back to the playoffs with Jeff Hoffman when he gave up the grand slam to Francisco Lindor. You're asking somebody to go out there, clean up somebody's mess. It's kind of like, from a football perspective, okay, God forbid, like, Jake Elliott's not warming up, and he has to now make a 59-yard field goal, to put the game away, and it's a do or die situation, and you just couldn't rely on your offense just to get a couple more yards, just to get a first down. You know what I'm trying to say? You're putting the guy in the position to fail if you don't, if you do that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you about that. And this goes back to the past games they had taking one against the Pirates. You have to. They haven't scored runs. They haven't scored no runs. This one they always scored runs. It goes back to you got to start getting hits in, and you get hits in early. Because that's what you literally did yesterday in that game. You get started getting hits right on the spot.
Yep.
Just keep going and don't let them score a single run.
Right.
Both offense and defense are very important, especially when it comes to the playoffs, because they're gonna. It's not a deciding factor. You have to start scoring runs and try and get yourself a cushion. Because
right.
If not, the other team's gonna come at you with no one looking and just start hammering you down with a ton of bricks.
I agree. I 1,000% agree. What was your name again, man?
Yo, this is Cool Jay talking to you.
Cool Jacks. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling on into the show. I appreciate you. I got to keep the line moving, but call back anytime, as always.
Of course, man.
Have a good one,
man.
You too. Good phone call. Very, very good phone call. I do appreciate you for doing that. And I agree with you. This does go back to the playoffs, and the whole joke is that you tell them to save runs for tomorrow, just because it's not really a joke, especially with this team, because we've seen this so many times. I would love there to be a stat when the Phillies put up 10 runs, and then the very next day, how many runs do they average? I would love to know what that stat is. Because that's, you kind of pencil these games in now as losses, really, because they just empty out their gas tank. And it's not a joke. It's actually serious with this team. So it's just bizarre. This team is really weird. But I've come to accept that, and all that really matters is taking the series tomorrow. I thought that this was going to be the game that they lost. I thought that the third game of the Astros series was going to be the game that they lost, and maybe the first game. The second game was unacceptable. And then so you were put into a position to salvage the series, and you couldn't do anything about that in Game 3 against Hunter Brown. So that's why I wasn't really as angry after the third game was done. Tonight, okay, I'm feeling a little bit more disappointed if you lost last night. And this rolled on into today. Not saying that this is acceptable. It's not. It's not acceptable. But also, Spencer Schwellenbach was just on fire. And just had it going through those 2nd through 5 innings. He was untouchable. He was. But when you had a chance, you couldn't capitalize. And that was the issue. Excuse me. Gonna reach back out to a few family members. I really mean the song, JJ. Empty room. No more to reciprocate us. Appreciate you for doing that. We all had fun in the chat. I'm worried that we're going to burn out our starting pitchers. That's fair criticism, too. That is fair to look at as well, because there is such thing as that. And starting pitchers right now, a lot of them with the training that they're getting, you can ask any, pitching coach out there, and some of them will tell you that that wear and tear is real. Wear and tear, especially with these guys throwing faster and stronger. A lot of these guys have just different nutrition now, and sports science has played into a factor of things. And Tommy John, more and more people are getting it seems like. You got to be better conditioned. We have another caller. What's up? You're on Play-by-Play with JJ.
JJ, it's Randy.
What's up, Randy? How are you, my friend?
Good. I want to know what's going on with the bullpen.
Beats me to it. You know what's funny? I heard, years ago, we gave Caleb Cotham so much praise because Jose Alvarado, if you remember, Jose Alvarado had a terrible ERA in 2022. They sent him down. They had him working on his pitching, and then he comes back and becomes just this closer for the Phillies, and he was just so untouchable. And we gave so much praise to Caleb Cotham and just the Phillies pitching staff down in the minors because we thought that Jose Alvarado was essentially reignited. And then we saw Sir Anthony Dominguez that year in 2022 throwing 97, 98, and then getting into triple digits. And we praised this whole entire coaching staff for how great these pitchers were as they succeeded. And then Orion got called up and nobody and he was pitching really well. So now we're at the point where, yes, they lost Estevez. Yes, they lost Hoffman. But even with the guys that they had, like the Jose Ruizes last year were really good. And Matt Strahm was phenomenal. Strahm is not even nowhere near the phenomenal.
Yeah, he was good last year.
But
are they going to get rid of Abel in the trade? Is that what they're planning on doing?
From what I've heard, I've heard that in these new rumors that have been thrown around that Aroldis Chapman, if they were to go after him, Abel was probably going to be somebody that they send.
Yeah. You need some more guys in the bullpen. Why aren't they going after some guys like Carlos Estevez or maybe Razo Iglesias?
Yep.
Edwin Diaz. Those are little money guys.
I agree.
But Carlos Estevez and you got your Keely Johnson, a little out of age-wise, but you got good pitching records. I mean, why couldn't we get something like that in the bullpen? That would help. What do you think?
No, absolutely. I actually really want Dennis Santana. I don't know if you've watched him this year for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but his ERA has been so good.
Yeah, he is. But are they going to let him go? That's the thing.
I don't know. And this whole wild card thing to me is interesting because now you look at the Phillies, you look at the Rangers, you look at the Diamondbacks, you look at the Mets, like all those teams within the last 3 years, they have now proven that it's about who gets hot. Like teams have this feeling that if they're fighting for a wild card spot, that they still have a chance. So now are the Rays going to be interested in giving up Pete Fairbanks because now they're red hot? I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, for the last couple of years, you got to know that the bullpen's been screwing up a lot for our games. Even last year, I mean, we're winning the games, bringing the bullpen, and they just shit the games away.
Yep.
You got to Kirkring. He's got to get Kirkring the hell out of there. That's for sure. He's got to go.
I agree with you. I really do. Randy, I appreciate you so much for calling on in. Call back anytime. And, I'd love to hear.
I'm on the chat too, but I wanted to talk to you. So
I really appreciate it. I always encourage, even if you're on the chat, just come on here. You know, I at the end of the day, we're just having a convo. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Hey, I watched the game on TV. I turned the volume down. I put you on. You're more enjoyable to listen to them guys anyway.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
We appreciate you too, buddy. So,
yep.
Good luck with everything too. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Randy. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Stay hydrated, buddy.
Yes.
Stay hydrated.
I will. I have my bottle of water right now. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. And are you still doing your running?
Still doing it. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You got it, buddy.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, all right, I'll let you go.
Peace out. Love you, man.
Love you too. Take it easy.
Bye.
Shout out to Randy. Great phone call. Let's give him the bell. We didn't ring it once tonight. That was nice. That was a very, very good phone call. I thought that the point about the bullpen was very... it couldn't have been more correct. If you guys remember back in 2022, we praised the heck out of Caleb Cotham for these guys succeeding. We actually even praised Kevin Long for the guys that were even hitting. Brandon Marsh's hitting got better when he came on over to the Phillies in that 2022 season. His hitting got better. Everybody seems to forget that because now they remember who Brandon Marsh is right now. But for that half season, his hitting got better. And we looked at our coaching staff and we said, this coaching staff is great. Everything was clicking. And now it's just like the pressure's on them. And the coaching staff has been putrid. It's been really bad. It's been awful. Again, if you guys want to call in, you can. 610-314-0844. That's how you call in, and I will now read some comments. We faced two very average relievers, too, and did nothing. Yeah, you can say that as well. I think that they probably thought that, the game is over at that point. But regardless, you got to do better. I just don't want them to embarrass themselves in the postseason again, says Larry. If that's the bar, that's not good. If that's the bar that we're setting, all that we want is for them to compete and not embarrass themselves or, wet their bed or wet their pants. That's not good. That means that the stakes are low. That's valid. If they fizzle out again, I think that the championship window is closed. You got to start selling, says Larry. What else do we have? 14 strikeouts. Haven't had many double-digit strikeout games this year. Yeah. What else do we have? Romano's 7.28 ERA and a 1.58 whip. That's really bad. I blame Alvarado too. Yeah. No one's really talking about this, but whether you like it or not, okay, losing Alvarado really does hurt the bullpen. And this is just for the regular season. It's not even for the postseason. I think that it's actually safe to say that if Alvarado pitched in a couple of these games, maybe they would have won 2 more games. Now, maybe they also would have lost a couple more games too, so maybe it kind of evens itself out. Because we don't really know, but what we do know is that Jose Alvarado is pitching so well. And now you have to rely more on Matt Strahm, and Dave Dombrowski still is not making moves and just letting this thing play out nonchalantly. That's what it seems like from behind the scenes. But, it's sad. Losing Alvarado, too, was big. It was big. Regardless of whether or not you feel like it's his fault or not, that's a big loss. It's a big loss. Changes a lot of stuff. Should have slept with the bats last night. I told him to soak the bats. What's up, WYA? Told him to soak the bats before the game so that they could hit like last night. They didn't listen to you. Larry says Marsh can't hit lefties at all. No. That's actually the one thing that Rob ended up being right about. As sad as that is, because we wanted to see him get more reps against lefties, and we weren't seeing that. And we saw guys platooning, but now, it's a big sample size at this point. This guy just can't hit lefties for whatever reason. And it's just sad. It's very sad. It was pitiful. Doug says it was not sad, it was embarrassing. Again, I'm just, no one's talking about Zeus, but Zeus has to be better. And your offense, again, I'm going to keep repeating this again. Schwellenbach pitched very, very well. His stuff looked good. I'm just saying to myself, if this team is it, if we're looking at this baseball team as a team that is going to compete for a World Series, that team, which is what we have to have our eyes set on, that team has to come up with a run in the first, and they got to do better in that sixth inning. That's it. That's my critique on the offense today. That's it. You just weren't going to hit long balls against that guy in the second through the fifth inning because he was on. He was on point. He had his pitches working for him, and sometimes that's just what happens. That's a part of the sport. But when a guy's leaking oil, you got to produce, especially if this team has championship aspirations, and they do. So we have to look at them through that lens. Kepler 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts to justify his complaints about playing time. I'm done with Kepler. And yet he threw out a runner at home plate. Did that really matter? I guess not. Yeah. You want to complain? You better produce. Optimism, ew. What else? Randy, who called on in. Philly Halftime's here. Thank you so much for coming on in. That's what I proposed to Mike yesterday. The only thing I think we need is some more relief for closing pitchers. Romano is okay. He's not even okay at this point. But once he goes out there a few times, he gets smacked. Yeah. It's who are your 8th and 9th inning guys? Right now, it feels like you don't have one. Not even an 8th inning guy. And part of the reason why is because, again, you're using Strom a lot. And that's not fair to Matt Strom. That's part of the reason why that there's more wear and tear on him. It's a chain reaction. You need help in that pen. And then once there's less pressure on Strom and they get more relievers that are going to go out there and dominate, then it boosts the confidence, and it's like the power's back on. So I'm with you. Doug, what's up, dude? Honestly, a closer isn't even going to help if the early game pen remains. it would help a little bit. Would it help a lot if they just got one arm? No. But it moves the needle like 5%, 5 to 10% with the bullpen. Maybe I'm setting it too low. I'm thinking about it on a scale of 50, not 100. On a scale of 50, I think that it would probably push it to like maybe 10, depending on who it is. If it's Chapman, that's 10. If it's somebody else, like Dennis Santana, that's like a 6 or a 7. So, I don't know. I said I had to call into your show one day, and you did. I appreciate it. I love it. I love the phone calls. I love the interactions. They're fun, and that's why I do this. I do this for you guys. I don't just do it for me. We still have, how many people are still tuning on in? We still have 36 people tuning on in. That's great. On a night where they got outplayed, I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with that. The runs will light up one day and then go cold as ice. The next we have to fix this. The next we have to fix this? I don't know what that means. We need a center fielder and a left fielder. I feel like I'm having the same conversations with everybody every single day. And it's just like the same flags occur. And I agree. I'm not mad that they lost this game. But you got to win the series tomorrow. And let's hope that they do that. Too many teams are still in the hunt. Nobody's selling, says Larry. Yeah. I'll read a couple more comments and then that's it. Huge loss. He was a key player with Alvarado. He was. That was a big blow. That was a big blow. And to be honest with you, I know that we just played the Braves tonight, but I'll tell you this. Like, we wanted Jurickson Profar. There were people, I wanted him. I wanted Jurickson Profar because I thought that he was going to be a cheap deal or a cheaper deal, if you will, who was just going to play small ball and put the ball in play, and that could be a leadoff hitter. And I'll be honest with you, the Braves, they lost that with his PED suspension. And I think that part of the reason why they don't have as much depth is they're missing him. And that was a big loss for them. That was a big loss. That still doesn't mean that they should be where they are, but that was a loss. That was big. All right, I'm done. On the bright side, we play again tomorrow. We can right the ship. That's how I'm going to end it tonight. I do think that they win the series tomorrow. If they do, nice. And then it's off to home, where you play against the Padres. And you have a tough series coming up against them. And then you play the Reds after that. So we'll see how it all goes. We'll be on here covering those games. Just not a good game tonight. And you're still up in the division. You're still up in that division. All right, love you all. Lala Tov, good night. I'll catch you all on the next one. Go Phils. Bye.